Oh, I'm like broadcasting now? Okay. I should probably look slightly more put together. I like resizing windows and stuff. So today I'm gonna be grinding some Modern. There's a daily in 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna run into a 2-man right now. Until then, hope that it fires. Otherwise, have a whole lot less to do. I have 4 Delver lists, and yeah, I'm just gonna play all of them, I guess. I have a lot of learning to do. Jesus Christ, I wonder if I'm meant to keep this. On the draw, double bolt gives me good equity against some decks, and like I just have a very, very slow hand against the high decks is the problem. I'm gonna keep. If it's wrong, you know, I'd love to learn why, and the best way to do it is test it in the realm of fire. So, which cantrip goes first, huh? I think I'm gonna go with Thought Scar first so that I have Lightning Bolt up. I don't really know what I'm getting out of having Lightning Bolt up, but yeah, it feels okay. I really have no idea what starts with double basic swamp in Modern and then just doesn't do anything else. So I have a Deprive. I'm gonna hope that I don't need that, especially with a Vapor Snag in hand in case he's doing some weird reanimator thing. That's the only thing I can think of that he could do that's really, really scary with 3 basics. This is interesting. Should I keep a Goyf? Probably I should keep a Goyf. I don't think that I need the leak. Alright. And I don't have to break the Tarn. I should have just gone with Steam Vents. Gosh, Magic is hard. Alright, my opponent is running the 2 basic swamps and nothing plan. So I guess I'm going to try to defend the Goyf. I'm not sure how good this deck is at building. Oh, it's really good. Okay. Building incremental advantage, and then I saw those 2 cards and I was like, oh yeah, right, that. I think I want the Click because I get to see his hand, and that's pretty exciting to me right now. Opponent still doing straight up nothing. Seems like a breeding pool out of this Tarn. Should be good. Alright, I mean, I wasn't terribly terribly terrified before he discarded Blind Zealot, but I think I'm just like goldfishing at this point, probably. Pretty sure I only have basic islands left to fetch with this. I guess I have a basic forest in my deck. Do I? I do. I'm just gonna grab a basic island since I have shackles in hand. It's dead. Oh no, Doomblade. I'm gonna snag it. Rescued. So that was sort of mediocre because now he's not discarding a card for the turn. Mono black zombie things. This does not seem like a terribly real deck. I think I just cast a Tarmogoyf and then win. Let's go with that play. Man, what a weird deck. Like, Ghoul Callers, chat? Really? Yes, really. Looks like I can counterspell that one with Lightning Bolt. Tarmogoyf is a 5/6 creature. So this is the only Delver list which is actually running green for Tarmogoyf, and it gets Huntmaster out of the board from the green splash as well. None of the other lists that top 8'd had green at all. I'm not gonna... Okay, that doesn't even put it in play, does it? Yeah, alright. You can do that. Ooh, getting both back. He made my Tarmogoyf smaller. So he's at 9, because I can bolt and Snapcaster. So he's at 2. Alright, I'm not really sure why I'm even looking at his hand here. Probably looking at my own hand and like pitching Shackles or something would be better. Try and hit another Lightning Bolt. That's just not even fair. Okay, well, yeah. One thing that it is like absolutely not surprising that this deck does is when it gets ahead, it can close the game out pretty comfortably. Guess I let that resolve? I don't know. What is that meant to do? Now there's a creature in the yard again, so I just have lethal on board. Electrolyze. I like that card choice. That seems like it's going pretty deep. Avacyn restored boosters, or what I'm getting apparently. Are those worth a single thing? Also, did he just concede match? He just conceded match. Alright. Let's play the Shenhar deck next. So this is a saucy little brew. Saucy little brew running a Gifts Reanimator package out of the board. And we're playing the blue-red-white base, which is more normal. I think 3 out of 4 of the decks had blue-red-white. It gives me access to Step Lengths and Geist. Sure. And Path to Exile, Lightning Helix. I guess a lot of these cards are different from what the previous list was running. Turn 1 Delver seems reasonable. I don't really know if it's better to do that off Steam Vents or Fetch. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that goes into that decision. I'll start to get more familiar with the decks and have a better idea soon. And looting. What you discarding? What's going on here? This Delver list actually plays a 1-of Faithless Looting, which I think is really cool because it's like it's going to be a passable card in the main deck to begin with, but he's also boarding into a Gifts Reanimator package. So the fact that he has this 1-of Faithless Looting in the main, which is like totally fine, and then post-board has all these different applications. Find that pretty sweet. So I should probably have used the Fetch turn 1. Grab the Hallowed Fountain because I'm going to Serum Visions, play a fetch land, and potentially, I guess I actually just do this. Have a Watery Grave main deck, apparently. That would be for the Unburial right side of the board. There's a Faithless Looting. That would flip my Delver. Alright, so let's keep both, or I can lose Snapcaster and try to just hit a land next turn. I think that might be a little better. Then I'll have Remand up. And I can Geist at some point. Take 1, my friend. So far he's winning. 19-17. That definitely gets to make me discard any card in my entire deck. Do I have a single 4+? I guess I have lands. Can't make me discard lands. I have to work out which of these 4 lists I'm going to play in the daily. Oh, I guess post-board it doesn't make me discard the reanimation targets. Probably he's okay with not making me discard the reanimation targets, though. Yeah, this is a very, very low list. I like that. Taking the Remand seems fairly reasonable. And does Delver die? Double Inquisition. Okay. Maybe taking Geist? I don't know. Yeah, Geist seems like a card that he does not really want me to have. So Delver gets to flip. I think I'm going to Serum first. This deck is so hard to play. I'm going to Faithless Looting first. I'm going to discard Tarn and Path. I'm going to Visions. Let's keep a Delver. I can always shuffle away because I'm going to play this Marsh Flats, I believe. So I have the option of breaking the Marsh Flats and shuffling Delver away, or having a second Delver on the board next turn. If I do shuffle away, I have a flashback Faithless Looting to do with my 3 mana, should I not draw anything else, so that's sort of cool. Comes into play tapped, huh? I feel like the format is probably too fast for a card like that. Although definitely his deck is a deck which makes games take a longer time. Alright, my hand is gone. So I'm just gonna cast the Delver on top and hopefully get him to a low enough total that I can burn him out from there. I don't think his deck has that many ways to deal with flying guys. Like, he does have a lot of removal, for sure. He's an attrition deck, but a lot of his creatures who are trying to gum up the board are just not going to matter when I have a 3-power flyer. We'll see, though. Certainly his cards like Raven's Crime and Inquisition now become absolutely terrible. That's one of the weird things about the attrition decks, is if you're playing all of this discard... Ouch. If you're playing all of this discard, but you're trying to get to an attrition state where people are top decking, all of a sudden you create a situation where in that attrition state you have a ton of dead draws. It's a solid top deck. So, I mean, he probably like pitches a land to Raven's Crime and makes me discard the Remand. I guess I can cycle it and that uses up his mana for a turn. But it's not like so exciting or anything. What is this? Alright, well that worked out favorably for me, I would say. Bolt you. I actually am pretty sure I just bolt him here, because if I draw like Geist of St. Traft or something, not bolting can pretty easily lose me the game. Oh, that's another reason, I guess. No main deck Surgical Extraction, please. Alright. So, super grindy deck, making me do the discarding. Kill stuff with Maelstrom Pulse. So I don't think I want a Scepter. It's tough to work out whether I want to go for some sort of reanimation package. It seems like he has tons of ways to deal with that sort of creature, so I don't think so. But if I don't, then I really don't have much of a sideboard. The next question is if I am going to try to beat him in a long game, or if I'm going to try to get underneath him. And that's also a really difficult question. If I'm going to try to get underneath, I think the Molten Rains might be an okay thing to do. I'm sure that they're in here for the Tron decks, and not for decks like this particularly, but they seem like a reasonable resource to be using, and I could drop something like Lightning Bolt, which doesn't do that much comparatively. Actually, Lightning Helix would probably be the card to drop. Let's make that switch. I sort of like that. It's such a grindy matchup, and I'm going to add another click. I guess I'm going to add the first click. And yeah. Actually, Unburial Rites just on its own might not be a bad card here. It is probably a bad card. It would be good if I was trying to win a super long grindy match, but I'm trying to get underneath. Let's lose the Vapor Snag. Alright, and see what happens. What's this guy's name? Shaheen Shahar? It's a really sweet name. I should definitely know what it is. But yeah, he definitely top 8'd with this deck, and it seems like a really cool deck to take to a live tournament, like a multi-day live tournament, because... Huh. So if I keep this hand, I'm breaking Tarn for Hallowed Fountain to cast Serum Visions on turn 1? Or am I actually breaking it for Hallowed Fountain for Steplinks turn 1? You know, I actually like that. It's a one-lander, but it's a one-lander with a lot of potential. It's fairly likely he hits me with Inquisition and I lose my Serum Visions, but I still have 2 turns to hit a land. I think Serum Visions is definitely the pick here. I do play 21 lands. I'm not extremely, extremely light on land. Maybe you'll take like Molten Rain or something. That would be amazing. Yeah, I think Steplinks or Serum Visions, though, is the pick, and he goes with Serum Visions. Seems totally fine. Obviously, I top deck 1, but this is still my play. I know I have another 2 draw steps to hit, hopefully a fetch land. This untapped, so he's done himself 5 already. That's always a bonus when you're playing an aggressive deck in the modern format. And Goyf may or may not actually block. Well, I guess this doesn't matter because I'm about to break a fetch. Doesn't matter at all. I don't think I actually want either of them anyway. So, every time, man, my computer's fan is about to take off. Sometimes the fan settings just decide that the fan needs to be set at 100% for no reason. Steam Vent seems like the obvious pick. Swing for 4. Does Goyf die before it pumps if I throw a lightning bolt at it? I don't know what the rules are now. It's been a while since I played a format where that was relevant. I'm Googling it. It seems like something that I could Google, right? Before it dies? Alright, I guess I have to believe you. It's fairly likely that I'm not actually meant to hit the Tarmogoyf with it anyway. This may be a situation where it's just time for face burn. If Face burn. Dealing himself 5 with his mana base really dug him into a rough spot here. Anyway, we'll see. This is a Liliana, pretty likely. Maelstrom Pulse. That's really not frightening for his play there to be Maelstrom Pulse, your 0-1. I'm just gonna bolt him end of turn, because I have a lot more cards than I have mana here. And unfortunately I missed a land, because starting the Molten Rains there would have been pretty sweet. I am like about to just die to Tarmogoyf. So I don't know, maybe I keep more paths in? Maybe. We'll see how big this Goyf is after looting resolves. Not that big. Still manageable. And another Goyf numero dos? Light from the Loam. Seems like it's digging pretty deep, right? I really don't think I care about that, and leaving 2 up means I get to flash in Snapcaster, so he sort of can't attack me. Probably will, but gives me 2 points. Land? Nope. Alright. Probably that just lost me the game. I really do not... I really needed to hit a land there, basically. Definitely just lose if I attack, so how about we don't attack? Actually, I have all sorts of tournaments to play today, so how about we go with concede, because I have lost plan. More paths, fewer helixes. I'm on the place, a Molten Rain should be better, as should just the rest of the plan in general. I'm not sure about Faithless Looting here. Having a 1 of Lightning Helix in a deck with 4 Snapcasters and a decent amount of card filtering makes sense. Don't have to like board all of 1 card out. I wonder if Remand is just terrible in this matchup. I'll probably be better on the play. That's probably a card that I should have been boarding out on the draw, though. Definitely don't know how to play this deck or anything. It's a learning experience for everyone. Okay. This is a goofy little hand. I don't really think I have to mulligan into a 1-drop or anything, so while I'd definitely prefer to have... Look, the guy mowing the lawn like 25 feet away from me. How obnoxious. While I'd definitely prefer to have a 1-drop, there are going to be some hands which are keepable without. The question is if this is one of them. And I think I have a reasonable game plan here. I'm gonna keep. I mean, my game plan is fairly obvious, right? I'm gonna like Remand his turn 2 play and then start casting things which deal him extreme damages. Extreme damages to your face, my friend. Ugh, he's headed down to 5, which seems good for me. This seems like a hand which can punish a 5-card hand. A 5er. Basic Forest. That really implies a very, very land-light hand. Like, on the one hand, I could be upset because my Molten Rain isn't going to deal him 2 damage on a Basic Forest, but that would just be really silly. It'd be really silly to be upset about turn 1 Basic Forest, because if he has any fetch land, any pain land, he's playing that first, almost certainly. So it's actually fairly likely he's on a 1-lander, I think. That's probably a top deck. Like, it's almost certainly a top deck. So, Hallowed Fountain here, I believe. Wait a second, Sacred Foundry here. God, Hallowed Fountain would have been a pretty sick punt. And I'm going to remand this, untap, Molten Rain your Blood Crypt. See what he can do. I think I'm just going to fetch the basic. I don't know, I wrote an article about how awesome it is to mislead opponents, but yeah, he was not, he just has nothing. Okay. I guess I Geist, actually. Geist plus Snap. Geist plus Delver, rather. Snap? I don't know why I just said the word Snapcaster. Tarmogoyf. Yup. Alright. So I get to rain his land again. And I can just trade Geist for Goyf, which I think is fairly reasonable. I get a ton of damage in as well. Actually, I suppose I can just let the Goyf live even. 7-4. Let's kill it. Who actually died? Casting instants at Tarmogoyf's, man, is scary. I guess I have Snapcaster plus Remand up, so I just pass. And he's dead. Either he casts a spell that I have to deal with, in which case I attack him for 5 next turn thanks to Snap, or he doesn't, in which case, you know, I have Snapcaster for Lightning Bolt or whatever I want to do. Let's just click him. So he had the double Life from the Loam keep against my double Molten Rain, but it turns out that I won anyway. No, that would just be too mean. Alright, so many Avicenna's Sword boosters. I hope that those are worth more than 2 tickets. All the other boosters are worth 2 tickets. Ugh. We have 15 minutes before the event fires. I think I'm going to enter it with the 4th deck, one of the ones I haven't played yet. Come on, Moto. And I'm going to enter another 2-man with the 3rd deck. 4 Delver decks to hang out with today. So this one's Pilland. Pretending that you know how to pronounce people's last names is it's fun. It seems like an insta-keep, to put it lightly. Alright, and we get to play against Tron this time. So guess one of these. I don't know whether I'm meant to be getting a basic or what here. I'm gonna do it this way. Attack your face for a lot. This deck is much closer to Shenhar's than the first one was. Hey Clark! Que pasa, senor? And so when he just doesn't cast anything, it actually puts me in an awkward spot. I guess I end the turn Bolt you. Just not casting anything. I can, like, kill him by path to exiling my own Snapcaster to pump Step Links somehow. That's my big hope. Fingers crossed. Let's grab a mountain or something. Yeah, let's grab a mountain. This is one awkward part of putting Step Links in Delver, is then you like have a 0-1 on turn 4, but it's gotten in for 8 so far, so that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, I'm playing all 4 of the Grand Prix top 8 decks. This one is... Which one is this? This one's Pilland. This is the one with the Miser's Grim Lavamancer, and only 2 Geist, and so he's like switched. I feel like a normal list would have 4 Geist, and he's switched out a couple for a Lavamancer and a Click. I'm not sure I really like that. Otherwise, it looks like a very, very normal main deck. Double Spell Snare. Raman seems reasonable-ish, but also fairly unnecessary, I guess. I'm just going to let this resolve. I'm going to Snapcaster dealing 3 to his face and have a remand up for whatever he does next turn. Clasm, huh? Alright. Does that mean I have to remand this? No, because Step Links actually probably wasn't doing any damage next turn anyway. Would have dealt damage. I'm pretty certain that I just hold the castle. I may be running out of stuff that kills him here, though. what's gonna happen to me. I can just pass that. Is that better than remanding it? Probably, yeah. Okay. So he definitely didn't stem the bleeding. What you gonna do, son? Resolves? For sure. We have another tower. Another worm coil. Okay, I can pass that too. I'm pretty sure that's how this game works. Probably shouldn't have played the Moorland Haunt. There's no reason to show him that card. So, against Tron, I assume these Molten Rains go in the deck. I assume that we take out Lightning Helix. That's generally a pretty mopey card against a deck like this. Lavamancer seems terrible. Spellsnare is probably fine. Path seems totally fine against all these worm coils. I definitely think that all of these lists, yeah, there's going to be some more testing. Probably some changes. So just like a straight swap Helix for Rain. I don't know if I want Relic for some weird reason. I don't think so. I don't really think there's anything else here. So yeah, I'll just run with that. I don't think I want to Dispel. I don't know. I'm willing to accept that I don't know everything about this format just yet. But hopefully these board plans are not absolutely terrible. Hallowed Fountain seems like the grab. Then both of my next two lands have to make red though. So I think Sacred Foundry is better. How many Step Lynxes are going to attack your face? It's going to be a Pyroclasm, fairly likely. Well, something that kills the Step Lynx. Huh? Okay. I don't really know what that was all about. So I can Rainforest into Island Serum Visions, or I can hold up Remand. I don't know what I need Remand for. I feel like a much bigger deal right now is finding a creature which attacks him. Those cards are not such things. Okay. We may be losing this. Yeah, Affinity seems like a totally fine matchup to me. We have so much spot removal for the cards that matter. Flooding out a little. I mean, I would love it if his deck lost to itself, but I don't really think that it's going to. Yeah, they pack a lot of redundancy. Awful lot of redundancy. So I guess my plan is Remand, untap, Snapcaster, Multum, which is not a terrible, terrible plan, but certainly not the most exciting either. Look at all these Simian Spirit Guides, they're everywhere. Sounds like he has an Emrakul in hand. Scary, but like, what am I gonna do? The answer to that is I'm gonna cast a Snapcaster Molten Rain in his tower, and leave him in a spot where he can't actually do terribly much with the Emrakul. Hopefully. Okay. If he draws another land, I'm just dead. That's unfortunate. He can also easily already be holding one. Yeah, unfortunate all around. Alright, not dead yet. Need a Snapcaster or a Remand, I guess. Hey, Delver can fly eventually. Emrakul does not have trample, it just has flying. So the plan is to just block his Emrakul and sacrifice all of my lands. But no, got there a little bit too fast. Looks like I'm going to be double queuing for a sec. So I would have like lost all of my lands to my Delver and then hit him for 2 until he died. I don't know. I don't know. I sort of want to Dispel as just a hard out to Through the Breach. I'm going to drop a Lavamancer and do that. Just straight up 2 matches at once. I wonder which one this is. This one's the Tron matchup. I'm going to try to finish this real quick. The games are going pretty fast. And this hand seems like a hand which could win the game very, very quickly. Especially plus Delver number 2. Hopefully there's no turn 2 Pyroclasm, because that would ruin my day. Not yet. Foundry. Take 6, 7, 8. Take 8. I could even not Molten Rain here and just leave up Remand. This seems probably better though. Man, when this deck clicks, it's pretty scary. Pretty scary stuff. Alright. I guess I'll put both of those on top, because you're on 5, sir. I believe he's dead. Alright, and over here we are in a daily. I'm on the play with this. Which list am I actually playing? This is the 4th list that top 8'd, so we have 1 Mana Leak. This might be my least favorite of the lists. We have 2 Pillar of Flame, which just seems not very good to me. Otherwise it's all pretty standard. All of the sideboards were like way different from each other. See, I just don't know if I'm into mulligan a hand like this. Really don't know. I'm gonna keep. It's not the hand that the Delver opponent, like, has nightmares about. And it's so mediocre. Anyway, hopefully we Serum Visions into, I don't know, 2 awesome 1-drops, then cast both of them next turn or something. I wonder if in Game 3 against Tron back there, holding the second Delver was correct. I think it may have been. I think I just lead with Steam Vents. I want to get a Hallowed Fountain probably with the Scalding Tarn. I guess I'll lead with Scalding Tarn in case I want both cards from the Serum Visions on top. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. And I'm pretty sure I don't. So let's get rid of both of those. Why is Pillar of Flame in my deck? Can somebody explain, like, is there a single card that I want Pillar of Flame against? I just don't know what it is exactly. Okay, this is probably actually a reasonable hand in the mirror. I think I lose Step Links here, because, well, I don't really know how the mirror plays out, but I suspect that it's attrition based. Lightning Helix seems very good. Step Links less good. I managed to do something reasonable with Pillar of Flame, but I still have not worked out why it exists. Kitchen Finks. That's 1 card, alright. I can see it. Kitchen Finks. I mean, it seems like it would be a card you would put a 1 of in your sideboard for Kitchen Finks, maybe. Is the format really so Kitchen Finks dominated? I don't really think it is. I'm gonna kill those both. Unfortunately, I don't have... double red. I can, like, Snapcaster Pillar? Seems better to Snapcaster a Lightning Helix at some point, but I guess I have 2 Snapcasters anyway. Let's just Snapcaster Pillar. Kyrie's getting some work. Look at that go. I'm pretty sure I don't want to give him another land, although I'm not sure it's a really huge deal. Remand seems like a decent flip. I just really don't want to see a Geist here, I don't think. Alright. I believe I just play a Step Links and say go. I don't really expect him to remand this guy. But if he does, I guess. And he just like ate 3 wasted mana to the face there? That doesn't seem like the best idea. And he didn't break Marsh Flats for some reason. All of that seemed pretty confusing to me from him. Should I bolt it now? In case he has like Geist and would rather cast that? I think I will. Do it before blockers to dodge Ninja of the Deep Hours, of course. Important card interactions that you have to know. Deep in the tank. Like, Remand is a plausible play here. Nope. So what is he gonna do with his Remand exactly? Like, it seems very, very poor in this matchup. Okay, this is bad. I would rather you did not draw your Moorland Haunt, I think, in the grand scheme of things. I should be able to overpower it if that's his plan, though. Like, if he makes a Spirit here, I just Snapcaster bolt it. And he seems like he has a little bit of trouble from there. No Spirit, no nothing. Has this guy like cast a spell in the last 3 turns? Has he seriously just cast a Delver? That's all we're doing? Alright. I'm pretty much fine with that. Grab another red source. Shit. I didn't spot that interaction. But I should have attacked with Step Links there. Because of Path to Exile. That's like a tiny thing, but could easily decide the game. Interactions like that in Modern are really cool. He like didn't even make a token last turn? I don't understand what he's doing. What are you doing, friend? We have lands. Okay. Do I snap Lightning Bolt at his face? He has Remand in hand. So no. Seems like a bad plan. Okay. On path. Do I care at all? I don't think so. His other card is Remand. Okay. So I think I just leak that. Path is Snapcaster, and like I have one probably. Like the Snapcaster got a 2-for-1, but Snapcaster always gets a 2-for-1 pretty much. So that's okay. I think I path it because it takes away fuel for the Moorland Haunt. And because I want burn for his face, fairly likely. He's at 13 right now, but it's about to be 11 and then 10 for Marsh Flats, and I have 6 points of burn already. Adds up pretty quick. Maybe that's why he wasn't breaking the Marsh Flats. That would be clever. What a clever guy. Look at you. So his hand is still Remand. I have a Remand. Do I do anything? I think I Helix his Step Links and lose to Moorland Haunt. Moorland Haunt is really good. I kill his Step Links. When he makes a token with a Path to Exile. Path to Exile doesn't get him a land anymore, and it doesn't give him a creature either. And I have Remand up for it. Yeah, okay, that all seems fine. For sure. Do one of these. I also get to cycle a Remand, which is a little bit exciting. It's a lot worse if he draws a Snapcaster, but eh. I don't know if this is good or just like suicidal. If he's gonna take 3 damage to cast Remand here, that's pretty sweet too. He did not. Okay, whatevs. Look at you. So Game got really complicated. I can Helix him, remand my own Helix in response to his remand, then cast Helix again. That gets me ahead a decent amount. Just no blocks. Okay, I can just put you to 4. And I'll put you to 4. Seems like he needed to block there. I'm saying he's at 4 because he has a March flats in play. Obviously, he is at 5 in actuality. Man, that's a lot of damage. I think it's okay though. Probably it's okay. If he breaks both of the fetch lands, he's just dead to Lightning Helix, so whatever. Alright. One fetch land. My opponent this game played like 4 spells and drew every land in his deck, so I'm very proud of myself for winning. And I have won at this point, I believe. But yeah, I'm not gonna claim all the credit for this victory. So a little tactical nuance at the end here. I'm going to Helix him, he's going to remand it, obviously, and I'm going to just remand my own Lightning Helix. Which means that his remand gets countered on resolution because it has no legal target, and he doesn't get to draw the card for it. It just ensures 100% that he doesn't draw into his own Helix or something like that, and manage to come back. I believe he can safely concede at this point. He's actually only 1 land up on me, and he drew a Moorland Haunt, but I think I cast a couple of Path to Exiles. Just like overall, my hand was pretty reasonable for the mirror. All the good targeted removal stuff and the Snapcasters. Post board for the mirror. Jesus. Twisted Image seems pretty sweet. I wonder if I'm meant to be playing Core Firewalker here. Pro Red doesn't do that much. Yeah, it doesn't seem great. Sword, I think, can come in. Negate is probably fine, as are the Spell Pierces. I have to, like, work out if I actually have a bunch of stuff to take out or anything. I love that we have the one of Surgical Extraction. I'm sure all sorts of people bring that in here. In fact, I might. I just don't think it's very good. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in the board. I think there are better things to do about Snapcasters. I'm going to drop the Mana Leak because we can very easily get in situations where it's just not very good. I'm going to keep the Romance because of the interaction with Snapcaster, I think. I'm going to keep 2 of them because of the interaction with Snapcaster. Definitely keeping the Bolts, Helices, Pillars, and Paths. All of those are good. Geist of St. Traft seems like the really important card in this matchup, to be honest. Actually, I might leave in a Mana Leak, given that, and like drop some of these. Like, I really think that Geist sticking just ends the game a ton of the time. So if that's what I really care about, I might drop a Step Links because it's going to be a matchup that tends to go very long and 0/1 creatures aren't that exciting. I'm not like super confident that's correct at all. I guess Step Links does block a Geist. This looks like a very, very super easy insta-keep. So we'll go ahead and press the keep button. Turn 1 Serum Visions. All in. I'm gonna cast turn 1 Delver. I don't expect it to live very long. But, like, what else are you gonna do with your Delver that's in your starting 7? Yeah, definitely the most exciting cards here are Geist and Moorland Haunt. Both of those are gonna... Well, actually, Lightning Bolt and Snapcaster are really good too. All 4 of those cards do an amazing job of setting me up to win an attrition sort of game. What do we got, deck? Okay. Sort of interesting. So I think I go blue-red, blue-white. Huh. It's very interesting. Red-white? And Step Links? No, I don't think so. Blue-white. Blue-white, blue-red, no, God, this is hard. First off, do I want to lead with Delver or Step Links here? I don't really know. Then the next question is, what's my turn 2 play? That's really complicated too. I have to make sure that I don't like put myself in burn range or something with my turn 1 and turn 2 lands. Let's go Delver. God. That just really hurt my brain. He has a Delver. His Delver is going to meet my Lightning Bolt. Probably don't want to reveal that. So I think I just break for basic Mountain, shoot you. Another thing is Path to Exile is in play, and so fetching my basics limits how many lands I end up with. Is it worth paying 2 life though? I don't think so. I do already have quite a few lands. Also, Basic Mountain doesn't do anything with Moorland Haunt. does 0 things. Exactly 0. There's some chance that this gets pathed here. Nope. Huh. Alright. This seems like a really, really good situation for us to be trading Geists in, because he's taking like 7 damage a turn while we do. This is pretty brutal for him. Whatever, I'm just getting island. They're leaving with just 1 red, though. I may want 2 red. I'm gonna grab the steam vents. And deal some damage. So these are like 4, effectively. I have 5 points of burn. And it's about to be less than that. One would hope. The only way that I lose this is if he's got multiple lightning helixes and lightning bolts in hand. Yeah, overall Serum Visions here is not the most frightening card. I'm not sure that I've mulliganed yet today. I've played all of the decks once, and I did lose 1 game, but I'm 8-1 games, 4-0 matches. These decks, they all seem very good. Definitely seem pretty good. Okay, that's really not the most frightening. Let's do one of these. Do the attack thing. I don't think he has removal for either creature, because presumably you would remove it before I untapped and had all sorts of counter spells up. Yeah, blocking seems like a sensible play. Does he have removal here for Delver? What's going on? Maybe he's thinking about how he really should have done this during his turn, but then he's going to lightning bolt it anyway. I love how they like just banned Wild Mikhail because it was too good, and then also just printed Delver. Because I mean, how could Wild Mikhail, how could it be good if it has flying as well? There are all sorts of cards which kill flying creatures. Plus it's blue. Blue historically one of the weaker colors in Magic, as I'm sure we all know. Have to check how my game state stuff is doing. Show last night was fun. Zero comments. Some upvotes. Aren't there like even plummets which can trip or something? I feel like there are. Okay. We done? What is, like... It's impossible for his decision to be this difficult right now. I'm pretty confident of that. Does he have, like, mutagenic growth? Whatever. Okay. Are you dead? We have an Isochron Scepter. Yeah, I mean, that's cute. It's too slow in this spot, but this definitely seems like a matchup where that's a reasonable sideboard card. Which list is the Scepter in? Was it Shanhar's? Yeah. This is probably what we're talking about. Anyway, unless it's Lightning Helix, I'm totally fine. That doesn't seem like really what we needed to do, opponent. So he's dead like in about infinity different ways. I'm gonna make this play because it maximizes my available resources or something weird like that. Ultimately though, I think he's just dead, whichever way you slice it. Especially now. That's just mean. Yup. So that game he kept reasonable but certainly slow hand. And he was just a little bit too slow. I probably shouldn't have fetched the planes because it's giving, well, whatever. It gives away information that I don't need to give about my deck to opponents in future rounds, but if they seriously watch all 3 games and take note of my basics, I'm probably going to need to just draw Geist to kill them anyway. So I've now played 1 match with all of the decks, and I lost 1 game so far, and none of the others have been close. Did I lose 2 games? I think I lost 1 game to Jund as well. Yeah, I did. He like attacked me with Tarmogoyf. That was mean. Anyway, the archetype seems very good in general. I'm gonna take a little break to get some food because I've been playing a lot of Magic, and I'll be back for round 2. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Do I have my AFK screen? I hope I do. I don't think I have it set up. That's too bad. Oh man. Alright. That looks keepable. Let's see what we are dealing with here. This looks like the semi-mirror playing against the... It's like almost a mono blue Delver list with 2 splashes. Ooh, Stagger Shock. Okay, this is something different. Man, Tarmogoyf, what a beast. Don't need all these other spells. So like this is a keep. Seems obvious enough. He played against a Delver deck last round, so I'll be able to watch the post-sideboard matches to get an idea of what his plan is. Man, everyone else is mulliganing, and I'm just like, nah, got the nuts every time. This deck does seem reasonably consistent, so... The one thing missing from this hand is some sort of removal. If he just like turn 1 Delvers me, it's sort of a rough spot. Yeah, his deck doesn't have the step links though, so a turn 1 play is less likely. Yeah, probably just a removal spell is the most likely thing for him to do. Let's break this now. I want to get lands out of my deck, and don't really want to cast Serum Visions before you do this. Let's keep the path. It's fairly likely he has a turn 2 Tarmogoyf. I would prefer not to just straight up lose to it. Geist should be very, very, very good here. Just BT dub. Okay. I sort of don't want to cast my Geist. Let's not. That's very, very good. That's really, really, really good. Alright. It should be pretty difficult for me to lose from here with like another Snapcaster and a Moorland Haunt on top. Maybe if he has double Geist, I could lose. It seems difficult. Have a Delver and a Goyf? Nope. It's -1 Delver, this guy. Should he have a Mana Leak or something here? Well, specifically Mana Leak. I'm totally fine with him burning it on my Pillar of Flame. I'm in a pretty healthy spot. I'm out of burn range. His deck doesn't actually play Geist because it's the green build, so I don't have to worry about him having Geists. I should just be able to slowly kill him with Moorland Haunt, or very quickly kill him with Geist if he lets me resolve it at some point. He doesn't really seem to want to do that, which is understandable. He can very easily have Remand up. Very easily. All the Snapcasters. So, I did already know I was drawing that. It's harder to get excited about an awesome top deck when you know it's coming. Really a complicated turn. I mean, first off, I think I just won, like, already. So there's that, that's good. But I have to work out what I'm meant to be doing in this spot. I think I'll just path the Delver. That loses first Tarmogoyf a lot, though. Let's just ram a Geist, maybe, and let him cycle. Because Remand is sort of a pain for me, in actuality. Oh, he does have a leak. Wow, that's like the only way I can imagine myself losing. Okay, that sucked. Hopefully we don't get a flip here, but even if we do, his Delver shouldn't be very long for the world. And Moreland Haunt should pull through pretty comfortably here. Alright, see you remand this. I guess I hadn't considered, but the fact that Pillar is removing creatures from the game is actually pretty important in Moreland Haunt battles. That's definitely something worth considering. We're playing clicks. That's awkward. I'm pretty sure I have to path that. Otherwise I just lose my path. Snapcasters aren't even that good at that point. Yeah, I just path it. It's unfortunate that I wasn't holding a Helix or something instead, but what can I do? Overall, I'd say that I'm okay with how that turned out. He's almost certainly still holding Remand. And I have all these Snapcasters to make his Remand excellent. This is a really interesting spot where I may actually end of turn ambush Viper him. It's not a board state where you'd expect that to be a good play. But if I put him on Remands, there's not much reason to be flashing back stuff with my Snapcasters. I guess the other option is that he just has burn, in which case getting a Snapcaster in play potentially fuels a Moorland Haunt. Anyway, I think that this play is fine. It's not amazing or anything, but I think it's fine. Helix is a good one. Kill it, I guess. Pretty sure I just Helix it. So yeah, let's do that. Why did I lose my Snapcaster there instead of Path? I guess he's not holding Remands. Okay. Whatever. Hit you. In this situation, for him to be lightning bolting my Snapcaster is just like, I already win. Totally okay with that. I'm on 18 life. Whoa! Somebody is driving a very fast motorcycle out there. The most awkward thing that's happened so far in this game is... What? Ugh. That was apparently not the right window. Okay, whoops. Well, I suppose I'm okay with drawing another Path to Exile, but it would have been nicer to have 5 power than 3. Yeah, the awkward thing in this game is that I only have 1 white mana source. I wonder if there was some turn where I was meant to fetch differently, do something differently. I suspect that I wasn't. I think the deal is that when you draw Moorland Haunt, you just need more white mana than usual. Like, usually I don't think you need more than 1. Huh. Okay, I think I'm okay with that, actually. I could have used Path to counter it on Resolution, kept the Spirit alive, but I don't think I need to do something like that in this situation. He's got lands. Alright, you're on 3? 3 is not very much. I guess his list runs Shackles, so at any point he could draw Shackles. Fortunately, now I'm in a situation where I'm pretty sure I can just burn him out if he does, but that's probably something I should have been worried about. I really like Stagger Shock. I assume that this guy switched the Electrolyze in the GP list for the Stagger Shock, and I think it's better. I can't say that it seems like amazing or anything, but it definitely seems passable. Opponent seems sort of dead. Moorland Haunt, sort of a good card. This is a situation where when he has this is a situation where he has one card and the game's pretty much over, but I just want to cast my Bolt in response to this card. Like, okay, that was actually an extremely good example of why. Not that I lose if he gets to Cryptic Command my Bolt, but it's actually possible I do, I think. He can Cryptic Command bouncing a Spirit, untap Shackles, and I think at that point I need to top deck to win. So yeah, just not insta casting the Bolt post combat or something increases my equity there. So no white cards in this list, but I think Sword of War and Peace is still probably worth bringing in. Other than that, there's no Moorland Haunt. Relic doesn't seem good, no. Annul seems like it's stretching. I think Negate and a Singleton Smash to Smithereens are both reasonable. I'm going to drop a couple of Remand again. And maybe a Step Links on the draw. It seems reasonable too. Okay. He probably has a control role in this particular matchup, at least with most of our hands. Not to say that I can't get a hand where I'm trying to be controlling. I think that actually last game where I drew the Moorland Haunt is a really good example. But when his list has Vidalcan Shackles, Tarmogoyf, Stagger Shocks, stuff like this, and my list has Step Linkses and Geist of St. Traft, I think I'm going to tend to be the more aggressive player. I play a 1 of Stagger Shock in my Cloud Post, Blue-Red Cloud Post deck in Pauper. I really like that card. Saying that it sort of makes the cut as a one-off in Pauper definitely does not imply that I think it's good enough for Modern, though. This hand seems like an insta-keep once again. Just like all the other hands that I ever get dealt. I'm really good at Magic, guys. This is awkward. I guess this, go. After I draw Steplings, his Delver is actually sort of mopey, I think. Alright, well, I guess if he kills my Steplings, then whatever. Hopefully he has no red. Oh, he has tons of basics, too. Huh? There's got to be something more to this story. Man, that seems like it's digging real deep. Huh. Well, okay. Jeez, really? Cunning Spark Mage. That just seems bad. It seems so hard to get that to stick, and like the only creature in my deck that is really terrifying is Geist, which that doesn't do anything against. I don't like it. I think I'd play a Delver and pass his Delver and then go. Say go. I could Visions instead, though. And for some reason I sort of like it. I feel like if I play my Delver it dies a lot. And this potentially sets me up for something sweet. I mean, that's not exactly the sweetest thing in the world, but it's fine. I'm gonna keep both. Basically what I wanted out of that Serum Visions was a way to deal with a Tarmogoyf. And Snapcaster is not the best solution, but it will work. Now he has all the lands, though. That's scary. So we have a Goyf, like, with Ramad backup. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'll just lose now. Oh my god, are you serious? That seems so bad. Alright, well... I just don't understand why you would equip there. I'm gonna kill it while I can.